Hello, everyone. Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a preview for Night Thrasher #1. This is a new book from Marvel Comics. Let's take a look at the creative team before we get into what the hell the Night Thrasher is doing back on the pages of Marvel. So this is written by Jason Holtman, with art by Nelson Daniel, Matt Millen colors, letters by Travis Lanham. So who is the Night Thrasher? That's definitely a good question. After his parents were murdered, Dwayne Taylor dedicated himself to fighting crime. Dwayne used his inherited wealth to run the Taylor Foundation while also secretly training to become an expert combatant and armored vigilante. Dwayne also founded the team of teen heroes known as the New Warriors. Now further hardened by new tragedies and tribulations, Dwayne struggles to leave his past behind and forward a new future as Night Thrasher. Um, it's a very interesting character from the 90s. I know there's been a lot of things online saying, like, who was asking for a Night Thrasher book? And you know what? Sometimes it's the books that we don't ask for that really rise to the top. So we'll see. I'm not familiar with the character much. I'm not familiar with the creative team, but Night Thrasher looks kind of cool. I mean, it's a character from the 90s, so the character design is definitely going to be bonkers. Let's read about this specific issue, though. It is time to thrash the night. The death of one of the loved ones draws Dwayne Taylor back to New York City, though his days as Night Thrasher are long over. Dwayne finds the past difficult to outrun when Silhouette, his ex teammate from the New Warriors, seeks out help against a new criminal called the OG, and the mystery of the OG's true identity and what's to come will change the Night Thrasher's legacy forever. Don't miss the bold new direction for a cult classic character who's leaving the 90s behind. You know, that's probably a good thing to move on. So that'll be really interesting. I'm kind of excited to read this issue. I'm not gonna lie. I think Marvel knows that they can take some of these older characters, older people are less familiar with them, so maybe there's not as much attachment to when things are being changed or updated. And they also can give different creative teams just an approach to, experiment, throw things out there. So let's go take a look at some of the preview art, because as I mentioned, I'm not familiar with Nelson Daniels' art, but to me, it just feels very lived in, very serious, like just overall the dramatic feel of it. It really hits in this first few pages. And we don't get a lot of thrashing around in the first few pages of the preview, so I'm kind of excited to get into it and see. I want to see more dynamic pages. I want to see more action related pages. Also, I want to check out the design for this OG, if that's somebody we're going to meet in the first issue. So there's a few things, there's a few doors that I think need to be open. I'm looking at some of the variants that you'll see at the end of the video. One of them, he's got a skateboard, like Night Thrasher uses a skateboard. That's pretty fucking rad. So yeah, if you grew up in the 90s reading comics, I think you might really enjoy this. So we'll see. Let us know down in the comments once you get to read it. And of course, stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps. So make sure to share, like, subscribe, leave us a comment, and ring the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned for all that stuff. So thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.